Today, in Air Around Us, we will talk about the composition of air. So, air which we see all around us or which is present all around us is actually a mixture of gases. So, here in this picture, also, you can see that air consists of 78% of nitrogen, 21% of oxygen, and carbon dioxide, water vapor, and other gases. They make up 1% of the total air, and out of this also 0.03% is carbon dioxide. So then there in other gases we have argon, neon, helium, etc. Now let's study about these gases one by one. So first of all, let's study about oxygen. You know that it comprises of 21% of the air, and it is essential to um, most living things because we know that we breathe in oxygen from air. Plants and animals take in oxygen during the process of respiration. Not only can it be found in air, it is also found in water and soil, and oxygen is also required for burning. So we can say that oxygen is very critical or very important for all the living organisms. We, that is human beings, fish, everyone requires oxygen for their survival. Oxygen also supports combustion or burning. Without oxygen, burning cannot take place. Oxygen is required by all the living organisms for respiration. Now, what is respiration? It is the process when living things take in oxygen in order to break down digested food to produce energy. Now, all of us know that our body organ systems are working all the time. Each and every cell of our body is getting the digested food. This digested food can release energy for the various body functions by the process of respiration. So, this process of releasing energy from the food which we eat is called respiration. And respiration does not only occur in human beings and the other animals, but it takes place in plants as well. Now let us talk about importance of nitrogen. Nitrogen is a building block of constituents essential for life. If you look at any living organism, for example human beings, so inside our body a lot of different molecules are present. For example, there are proteins, nucleic acids, without which our body cannot function. Also, different body parts need proteins. They are like building blocks of our body. All these proteins and nucleic acids contain nitrogen as an important constituent. So, without nitrogen, we cannot have DNA, RNA, or proteins. And thus, without these, we cannot have living organisms. So, we can say for the structural formation of animals, we need nitrogen. Also, nitrogen is required for growth and development of plants. Nitrogen is a macronutrient for the plants. Plants take nitrogen from soil, but if soil is deficient in nitrogen, then we need to supply fertilizers like urea to compensate for the supply of nitrogen. Now, sometimes in leguminous plants like pea, pulses, etc., a bacteria called rhizobium is present in the nodules attached to the roots. These bacteria have the ability to fix atmospheric nitrogen into the soil, and therefore we need not give extra nitrogen to these crops in the form of fertilizers. Now, let us talk about carbon dioxide. Though carbon dioxide is present in very small amounts in the atmosphere, but it is a very important gas in the atmosphere. And it is a colorless, odorless gas. It is water soluble, so it is present in all the water bodies. Now, what produces carbon dioxide? That is burning. So, burning is producing carbon dioxide, and of course, it is also being released during the process of respiration by all the animals and the living beings. This you can understand better in a way that burning produces carbon dioxide. When we are standing very close to a bonfire or somewhere where burning is taking place, so we start feeling suffocated. Why? Because of carbon dioxide which is being released as a result of burning. And we know that fish also take in oxygen from water and release carbon dioxide. That's how water bodies also contain carbon dioxide in them. Now, where is carbon dioxide required? Now, the very first thing is photosynthesis, as we all know, that photosynthesis is the very essential process as each and every organism on earth depends directly or indirectly on plants for their food. So, photosynthesis is really important. By taking in carbon dioxide produced by animals and releasing oxygen required by animals, these plants and animals together maintain the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere. Here in this picture also you can see that plant produces oxygen as a result of photosynthesis. Then animals they take in oxygen, and animals they break down the sugar molecules by the process of respiration by taking in oxygen. Then animals release carbon dioxide, and then plants take in this carbon dioxide to make up their food, that is during the process of photosynthesis. That is how you may say that these plants and animals they together maintain the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Now, carbon dioxide is also used as a refrigerant in fire extinguishers, for inflating life jackets and rafts, foaming rubber and plastics, immobilizing animals before slaughter, and in carbonated drinks. Now, except these, water vapor is also the constituent of air. Though it is present in very small amounts, but it is there in the atmosphere. We can show or prove this by a simple activity. We can take a chilled glass of water, keep it outside in the room. After some time, we can notice water droplets on the outer surface of the glass. So, this shows that water vapor, which was present in the air, has now cooled down by coming in contact with the cold surface of glass containing chilled water. Hence, the water vapor in gaseous state changes to water droplets in liquid state. Now, and also dust and smoke are also present in the air. So, dust particles are always present in the air. If a beam of light enters a dark room, we can see numerous dust particles in that beam of light. Also, every day we need to sweep our houses, floors. Why? Because in addition to garbage stuff, we also have dust particles which settles down from air onto the floor or different objects or furniture. Now, it is not necessary that we have same amount of dust or smoke everywhere. If some burning has taken place or near the industrial areas, we may have more amount of smoke in comparison to other places. Also, dust particles are more in areas having busy traffic or if cleaning is taking place somewhere. So, they can be found in higher concentrations in these areas. Now, there are some other gases also which are present in the air in addition to carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and oxygen. And these includes argon, helium, neon, krypton, and xenon. These are inert, that means that they do not take part in reactions under normal circumstances. So, this is it for this video. We will continue this chapter, Air Around Us, in the next video now.